puppy. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna start painting. What do you think about that? Okay. Let's refresh this so I can get the live up and going. All right. And there. And here. Got my coffee. And load up. All right, so I'm gonna cartoon a skull here. I'm gonna use one of the photos that I printed out from some skulls that I drew for my book that's coming up. So if I could get, I guess I don't even need to see myself, I just need to see who's on. Okay. So I could take this jaw and put it on either this guy or this guy here, depending on how long I want to make it. Let's do I want to have like kind of like a more fun, I guess we'll do like a more fun one rather than a serious, more serious guy. This is one that I did a while ago. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. That's just going to be kind of along the same theme. And then this, if you guys are on Patreon, this will be up on my Patreon. It's $3, and I do one of these a month. So one a month, and I do something cool. It's $3. I raffle it off, and it's at the top there. You know, Patreon.com/TomHudach. If you feel like, I don't know, trying to win this thing, I don't know, but yeah. So this is part of the book that's coming up. I'm working on that. That's my goal, to get this book done. So I could get it out to the masses, because it's going to be a really neat book, and it's all going to be all different skulls that you guys could use to play with and mess around. So yeah, if you guys are interested in winning this panel, you know, it's up on my Patreon. So Patreon.com/TomHudach is where this is going to be here. Probably tonight. So I'm going to do this skull here, and then I'm going to put a pinstripe design on this side, pinstripe design on that side, and then I'm going to put a strip of copper leaf here in this graphic, but I got 1/4 inch on each side that's going to stay a wood color. So it'll be a really neat panel. I love doing these panels for the Patreon. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun to do. But yeah, the book's going to be awesome. And it's been a lot of fun to make it so far, I'm not gonna lie. And then we'll go like this right here. And I like doing goofy skulls like this. They're a lot of fun. Everything's fun. Paint's fun. That's why I do it. Any other painters out there? What do you guys got going on? You got any projects going on this weekend? But yeah, if you would like to win this, go over to Patreon.com/TomHudach, and it will be up there. And it's $3, and there's no shipping, there's no nothing. Like, you win it, it's yours, it's coming to your house. So I'll just DM you and say, hey man, you won, or I'll email you and just send me your address, and it'll be on the way. So I've been doing this for a few months now, and there's been some really cool panels that and this is also going to be ready to hang up, so you can put it in your garage, you can put it in your bar, you can put it anywhere, and what the heck ever. But yeah, anybody else have anything cool going on this weekend? Because I'm doing this, and then I have a motorcycle that I have to buff tomorrow, and I have an Impala that I have to pinstripe tomorrow. So yeah, I got a guy coming up from Tennessee that is bringing his Impala up to get striped, so that'll be cool. A couple snaggly teeth. All right, what do we got here? Sweet, this is my friend's tat. Great gift. Oh yeah. That's one thing that I wanted to get into but never did, was tattoos, because it's just so permanent. You know, if you mess up, you're like, oh, whoops, that doesn't look like your dog. Alright, so we'll go here, down this way, put those in, and then yeah, so that's the cool thing about some of these drawings. Like, you could take this jaw and you could put it on this guy, you could take this jaw, put it on this guy. But what I'm also going to do for the book is I'm going to make it where it has that, well, let me know what you think about this, with the spiral on the top. So, you know, you could flip the pages, you could put it in a printer, you could blow these images up and whatever and trace them on if you want, or cut them out to airbrush them, or whatever you want to do. That's my plan for this book. So they're all super easy, easy to use, easy to replicate images. But again, I gotta keep saying it, that this will be on the Patreon, patreon.com/TomHudach, if you want to win this. It's $3. We'll go here. It's kind of hard to see with my reflection. We'll go here like that, and then back up. One more tooth down there. So yeah, just a big goofy skull. I don't know, can you guys see that well enough or not really? I don't know. Okay, so let's get moving. You know what I'm going to do here real quick? Watch this. I'll go like this, watch. There we go. Bang. There you go. So now I'm going to take cartoon brush and I'm just going to start literally blocking this whole thing in. So this is Ronin paint. This is just Ronin paint right out of the can. Oh, I don't even have any so this is the cool thing about the paint too, is the block in. I'm literally just going to go in and just color in between all the lines that I just drew. Like, literally so sloppy that it's... And people are like, oh man, it's... You know, it must take a steady hand, it must do this and that. No, it doesn't. Like, remember when they said in kindergarten, you know, when you're coloring in your little book, they're like, oh, color in between the lines. It's literally what I'm doing right now. Right out of the can color. And then if, you know, I drew all these details in, so if you want to keep the details, you just block around the details. But I'm glopping paint on all over the place. And this is also a two-tone. I know this looks kind of black, but this is actually a Paint Huffer Brown Sexual Chocolate base coat that I did over black. And this is actually also a cabinet door, so it looks like it's framed and everything too. So it will be a really nice piece to win. I hope you guys sign up and somebody takes this thing home, because I have too many panels laying around on my walls that I don't need this. But what I like to do, especially with these, is I like to call them the Patreon People's Panel, because, you know, I'll start off with something and then I'll say, hey, what color pinstripe color should I use, or what color outline should I do, or, you know, should I do a scroll or a dagger style design for the, you know, for the pinstriping, because I'm going to do a pinstripe design right here, I'm going to do a pinstripe design right here. So there's going to be two different pinstripe designs, and, you know, so I'll need suggestions for colors and all that stuff. So it's fun to kind of you know, turn this into what you guys want it to be turned into, you know. So that's what I like about this stuff. And then showing how to do this on a live, so you can see that it doesn't take very long to do. You know, it's pretty easy to do. Anybody could do this, you know. How do you sign up? Patreon.com/Tom Hudach. If you go there, it is up, or it will be up there. And once I'm done and it's dry, I will pick a name, and it will be shipped out. So, and that's you. It'll probably be in about, you know, 2 days, because off camera, you know, I'll probably touch up a couple spots or whatever and make sure this thing's really sings, and then get it out of here. So yeah, once the live is over, I will let it dry, and if I see something that, you know, I need to kind of do you have a ventilation room? Yeah, there's a fan in here, but this Ronin paint that I'm using, which is up on my website, is oil based and doesn't really smell at all. So I don't need to have that on right now. But yeah, I am in a vented room. Let's see. Do you wear a respirator when you do this type of paint? No. Oh yeah, sorry. This type of painting, like, I could literally do at my kitchen table. I have done at my kitchen table. You know, like if I want to be inside, or like something's going on with the kids or whatever, then I'll take this inside and I'll do it right on the dining room table. I would say too is when you're doing cartoons like this, you got like these light spots, you know, like more covered spots, and those spots really they actually add like a texture and a depth to it too. So let's see here. I gotta keep this somewhere so you guys can see what the heck we're doing. All right. So this is a color right out of the can. You can mix your own colors and stuff like that, but this ivory color that Ronin came out with is such a good color for this color combination between these two colors that I didn't think it was necessary to do. Oh, go like that. Yeah, sorry about all the, you know, hey, win this, hey, Patreon, hey, win this, hey, Patreon, but if I don't say it, it'll never grow, you know? It's business, and I hate business, but it is what it is. And actually, this skull is a lot bigger than I was planning on it being. I didn't, I had a panel that I was going to do this on earlier, and I went and base coated it, and it didn't come out right, so I had to redo a whole, you know, re-prep a whole panel. So I was going to start this earlier, and so I'm a little late to my own party, and I was going to print out a design and show you how to transfer it and everything, but running out of time. My daughter's got a basketball game today, so but you see how I'm just kind of loading paint, just blocking everything in. Let's see here. I do need a little bit of mineral spirits. Now this is just odorless mineral spirits. There's nothing trick, nothing fancy to it. This needs to get cleaned out. And then I'm gonna take a darker brown. So now I'm gonna start mixing stuff. Take a darker brown, mix the darker brown into, you know, all the darker areas, obviously, so I'm doing a darker color. And then I could start creating some depth. So once I clean out my one cup here that I need for my mineral spirits. Yeah, and mineral spirit, oh wait, hon. Yeah, I do airbrush paintings, so yeah, so airbrush, yeah. You need a respirator for that because it's more airborne particles, particulates. But the brush paint like this, it's pretty low key, so you don't have to really worry too much about breathing anything in because it's not really an airborne VOC. You know, it's now it does have a like a I don't even want to say a mild flash smell because it really doesn't. But where the hell? Oh, up here. Let's see here. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't really smell like much. It's fine. So that's my crazy hair. But I think the spun copper will really set this thing off too. I don't know, I saw it in my head and I thought it'd be a really cool panel to give away this month. Okay, so now I could take black and red and make my own brown, which let's try to do that. Yes, because black and red makes brown. Oop. Come on. Oh, it's clogged. There we go. Black, red, brown. I should clean this off. Is anybody else doing art this weekend? Oop. And these cartoon brushes that I got right here, these are all my own. I had these made from Mac Brush. So, got all sorts of different brushes that I created, which are cool. Short handle because I wear glasses, and the glasses usually get in the way when I got the bigger handles. I don't know why. I think I put in a little too much black. So we'll cut this brown mixture. Oh, nope, there it goes. Just had to mix a little bit more. Yeah, this is going into all the big dark areas. And then I'll go back in the other way with some light stuff, like the teeth and everything, and highlights and whatever. So let's start blocking this in. Big glops of color. Now what's nice too about it being oil based like this is it takes a little bit of time to dry, so you can go into it and kind of like regular oil painting, like where you can kind of push the colors into each other and mix them around a little bit. I like stippling when I do cartoon stuff. It just seems to be a lot more I don't know, a lot more fun to stipple. But yeah, just block in here. Let's see, so I got a bunch of flaked parts. Sandra. Hey, Frankie! Frankie, baby! I don't like that one tooth there, so I'm going to get rid of that. So yeah, you could pull colors into each other and blend them if you want to, with the oil paint kind of drying slower, which is nice. But yeah, this thing's not really going to sing until until I start doing all the outlining, because the outlining is the best part, because you can really get in cool with some colors. I don't know what color outlines I'm going to do yet. We'll check the color wheel and see what it suggests. But I like the pinstripe colors to be the popping part of the whole thing. Alright, we'll just do this middle bit here. Like that. Now what I could do is I could take this mixture and mix it in with some of this tan, brighten it up a little bit. Look, it just looks like one big glop. That's funny. Frank, this panel would look good on your wall, huh? Okay, let's see here. Do this. Ooh. All right. Mix this together. This paper towel. Pardon my reach. Yeah, what a lot of people tend to forget or not realize is you don't need to just add black into a color to make it darker. You know, like the black and red makes brown. You know, then I could add a little bit of a different color to make it lighter or darker or whatever, you know. So color wheels are cool. They're cheap. They're on Amazon. You can find it at any art supply store. And they help me out. All right, so let's get back into this. So I'm going to take, what brush do I want to use right now? I'll take the hashtag brush here, and I'm going to start just going back into, because I did this guy right here. So I'm going to take this color and I'm going to go in and just reblock kind of some of the detail areas that I might have gone over. So this is the bigger of the two detail brushes here that I have available. The other one's a finer detail brush. But I really enjoy doing these funky skulls like this. They're really cool, they're really fun, they're different. Yeah, I could see while I'm dragging this paint into all the other wet paint, it wants to grab that paint behind it that's already down and blend with it. So you can get really cool and creative with the way you're blending out your colors and stuff. I'll go here like this. And again, I'm just roughing this stuff back in. Like that. Doesn't have to be perfect yet. So here, because I am going to then do my stipplings and all my shading and everything, so it doesn't have to be perfect yet. Man, is it raining out? Jeez. And the funny thing too is, like, you know, the whole painters with a steady hand thing. I'm purposely making this wavy So if you don't have a steady hand, do funky skulls. Because you don't need a steady hand to do a funky skull. And then, let's see, oh yeah, go here, go down this way. See how it pulled that in like that? Then the jaw down here. Rain here last night, sent it your direction. Thank you. Yeah, my crops are a little dry. Alright. Now we can really let the fun begin. Now that everything's kind of blocked back in, I'll do the white right here, and then we can go at it and really start to play with colors and let this thing pop. So I'll go like this, put this right here, and the new people that joined, this is this month's Patreon panel. So if you want to win this panel, just go to Patreon, sign up, it's $3, and you could win this. But the less people that sign up, the better chance Frank has of winning. So if you don't want Frank to win, then sign up. Uh-oh, there goes the dog. So what should we start a don't let Frank win movement? Think about that, Frank. And if Frank doesn't win for, I don't know, we'll have to do some type of consecutive times in a row. Then we'll just then we'll make Frank a special one. Like a special losers panel. Like the biggest loser or whatever. All right. All right, so I'm bringing a little bit of ivory into this white just to kick it down a little bit because I want to be able to have something to highlight with too. All right, so we'll block this guy in here. Should leave one tooth, just like gold, throw a gold tooth in there somewhere. But you see how it was all like really rough, and then once you keep defining it more and more, it kind of really comes together. So that first few minutes where you're blocking it in, and people are walking by your booth while you're painting, they're like, dude, your work's dog shit. And then they come back a little bit later and they're like, oh, hold on, he knows what he's doing. That's why this block-in stage, if you're at a live show, you have to knock out quick. Because if you don't, if you're sitting there taking your time or whatever, people are going to see it, and every time they come back, nothing looks like it changed or doesn't look good or whatever. And they're going to start questioning your abilities. So when you're doing live events, do the block in fast. It doesn't have to be great. It just has to get done. So yeah, work on that block in quick. Especially something like this, something this big. If you can knock out the block in, like I don't know how long I've been on live right now. But this was from drawing to block in. It doesn't tell me on here, does it? Oh, I'm at 1,000 likes. Holy smokes. Thank you. It didn't tell me on the other one because I got my iPad set up also. It doesn't tell me how long I've been on here for yet. But like if you can knock out a big block in like this in like a half hour or something, then you're good. Then start getting into the good stuff, the outlining and the adding colors and the stuff that really makes people stop and look, pay attention. Because you need people to pay attention to stuff like this when you're at a live show. Because this stuff's the attention grabbing stuff. They're like, whoa, what the hell? There was almost 600 people in here. Where'd they go? I don't know. They must have all had to take shit at the same time or something. I don't know. Or maybe they all signed up to beat the Frank. Because Frank can't win this panel. So all the new people that just jumped on here. Frank, FTC Designs. Great guy, great painter. He signed up for my Patreon. He wants to win this panel. And if you don't want him to win this panel and go home and sleep tonight, a big loser, then sign up and on my Patreon and win this panel and beat him so we can make fun of him. Right, Frank? I know, I'm being mean to you today. I'm sorry. But that is kind of funny. But yeah, so go, works for me. If you're not following Frank, FTC Designs, go check him out. Because he's a good painter, good friend, and he's funny looking. He's got a face for radio. Alright, we're going to do that outside here a little bit. Alright, so now I'm just blocking in my highlights again, going back and forth and making this thing sink. And when I'm shadowing like this, shading, shadowing, whatever, I am, oh wait, where's that thing at? I'm kind of pushing my highlight colors into the paint a little bit as it's wet like this, and it's blending it out for me a little too, which is really nice because it's wet and you can squish it around, move it around. So I could take bright white, squish it in this area, move it around, and I can actually blend it in as I'm highlighting stuff. Yeah, Frank, when I signed on here earlier, there were a bunch of people in here. That was cool. And then they were all like, this dude sucks. Or something. Let's do here. Here's a little texturing. And it's like, hey, it's not my fault I can't read. Alright. Get some brighter white going. And yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm literally just making up the highlights as I go. And then from there, I could start blending stuff out. I guess you need a block fat. I do. I see. I took too long and people walked away. Oh, woe is me. Yo, I have debated on just having stuff blocked and then just start with the fun stuff. It's like nobody wants to see this stuff. But I put this entire thing, I'm going to take this, I'm going to upload this to YouTube. So then, if you want to paint a skull or whatever and follow along, you can. So I do like getting the entire context and content going just because it's, it's could be helpful for somebody. I don't know. They're probably going to be jealous of your PJs. They'll have to go buy some. Oh, yeah. HarryPotter.com is where you're going to want these PJs from. Very nice. Very comfy. Alright, so let me see here. Add a little bit more to this mixture. Just a little bit. And Frank, just because just because everyone went off to, to sign up to play Beat the Frank, don't be mad. And speaking of that, my Harry Potter movie's almost over. I'm going to have to restart another one. Okay, so now we could go in and we could start to stipple all of the blends. And stippling's literally just a shit ton of dots is all stippling is. So we'll go here, stipple down into these areas, bring it up. And here like this. Maybe maybe they just don't like Harry Potter. I don't know. I'm mad. I win something eventually. Yep. You wanted life. You're a really fast swimmer. Okay. All right. Whee. Okay. I'm drinking out of a Gryffindor cup right now. I love your pajama pants. Well, thanks, Penny Pitstop. I wish I was down in Universal right now drinking butter beers and being a nerd like I like to do. I mean, who doesn't like a little butter beer in the morning, you know? Sort yourself? I don't think that's how this works. Yeah, but anyways. Yeah, so you see how as I'm shading, it just kind of, it all starts coming together a little bit more. Because I go into that wet brown here, like this, and I push that brown down. And then I, just dilute that hard shade, and it gives it more texture. Like every time you keep going, every step you take, every move you make, frankly watching you, but it pushes everything around. Hold on. Weird, I work at Universal. Dang. Okay, well, I need to get down to Universal then, and we could have a butterbeer. Where, like, what part do you work? Like Islands or Universal Studios? What are the perks? Because I'll tell you what, if I didn't live in Ohio, I'd work there too. We were just down there a couple weeks ago, walking around. We just went down for a day, messed around. Back lot in Hollywood. Oh, you're talking Hollywood. Okay. All right. Yeah, we were in Florida. Um, that's cool though. That's cool. What do you think about the new Epic that's coming to Florida? I'm pretty hyped for it. Not gonna lie. I'm excited. All right, we'll go here. This way down here like this. I'm trying to figure out what colors I want to do the outlining in. Stippling, stippling. And with having stuff so big like this too, and starting off with the base color that is right out of the cup or bottle or can or whatever, if you do truly not like something, you could take your original base color and just go back into it and kind of push it away and rework it.
And we found some triplets who were able to work in 20-minute increments. And I just remember the one distinct thing I remember when shooting this scene is that the baby was such a very jumpy, sort of nervous sleeper that we had to walk around. AB was such a very jumpy, sort of nervous sleeper that we had to walk around.
Well, I had to take the call here real quick. So the stippling is basically creating the shadow effect like you would normally do with an airbrush. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. So like all these little blops of color everywhere is just adding a texture, adding an effect, adding a layer. And then when I go back in with my highlights and when I finish up the striping on everything, outlining on everything, then it really kind of wraps it all together. So that's the cool part, is at the end of it all, once you're starting to get to the end, is when people really start showing up and watching, because it really starts getting cool. So I don't know what color I want to do this in. I want to do it in something that kind of jumps at you, but let's see here. Maybe like a purple or something. Do like a purple. Yeah, we'll just get this going. Then I'll outline everything in black. I want to do one more coat of like a highlight for the white, and then really heavy outline everything in black. And then that sharpens everything up, defines everything. But see all that texture, just all that stippling just adds just a bunch of texture. All right, now we'll do some bright white on a couple spots, and then I could go in and hard outline everything. I need more white. Oh, I forgot something's wrong with this. It's like stuck in here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but whatever. A little bit of white. These bottles are so cheap on Amazon that I use that I could just pour it into a new bottle. But when you're highlighting wet on wet like this, you almost have to keep it kind of like your brush really wet, because all the wet paint underneath it will definitely want to, pull and blend. So you want to make sure that you keep it real wet. And this panel will be up on YouTube also. So if you want to watch it and sing along, it's at Paint You is my YouTube channel. What I like about that too is, whoever wins this panel can see how it was created too, so that's also a neat thing. Like, oh, check this out, this is how we did it, blah blah blah, and it turns into kind of like a story, and it's neat, it's fun, it's interesting, it's different. Because how often do you win something and say, oh, look at this is the dude and this is how we did it, and blah blah blah. Okay, we'll do some over here, like this. And then here like this. A little like this. Yeah, skulls have so much personality, Oh, I've been on a flake kick lately. Your pizza dough mixer project really lit a fire. Yeah, that pizza dough mixer was an impromptu. Like, my buddy called me one day. He's like, hey, you want to paint a dough mixer? And, I said yeah, because I make bad life decisions. And it was awesome. That it was really fun. It turned out really cool. The guy was out of town, so the shop, the pizza shop was closed. So we literally had just a couple days to do it. And so we just went over there and cranked it out. Day 1 was a disaster. So day 2 we had to start over. And yeah, that was definitely a learning experience. Mistakes were made. But man, do we have a good time doing it. It's not every day you get to paint a dough mixer, so let's seize the opportunities. You used the dry flake gun on that? Yeah, I did, and that was a mistake. Because the dry flake gun was so inconsistent that we put a coat of clear on, then we'd flake it, put a coat of clear on, flake it, and then it started running, and then we were like, well, that's not good. So we threw threw dry flake in inner coat clear the next day. And then everything worked out. But man, that first day was a mess. I actually had my daughter convinced that we went to the strip club because it was my birthday. So I had her convinced that we went to the strip club, and I got a lap dance from a midget, and because she was half price, and my buddy got a lap dance from a what was it, an amputee. So yeah, because we're on a budget, it was lunch, you never get the prime during lunch, especially in Creston, Ohio. There's not a lot of choice over there. So yeah. Hey buddy, how are you? But yeah, totally had her.
Shot you see here these are all filled with real
Totally had her like, oh my god, my dad went to a strip club.
sequence because you see the first time in the movie there's a sense
Kids
of
are so easy.
happiness in Harry Potter's face, and that's sort of the first time he feels any sort
Okay, so we got that.
that's one of the
Now we'll get some black out. We'll do the black. And then from there, we could do some type of cool outlines. Up earlier today than usual. Yeah, you're over on the east or west coast, so no. Yeah, you're west coast, aren't you? I think you're west coast. Mm-hmm.
Hagrid's arrival basically free Harry and tell Harry for the first time that he's a wizard. This was quite a difficult scene to shoot because we actually had to fill two of
No, same as you, but Michigan. Oh, what the hell? Oh, all right, yeah.
all of the actors
Okay.
to work in.
And who the hell?
Exception of Robbie
Who
Coltrane,
the hell am I thinking of?
Hagrid. All of Robbie's material was shot on a smaller hut, so when Robbie himself, dressed as Hagrid, walked through the door, he appeared to be 9 feet tall.
All right, so
And we shot all of
the outlining now
verses with
on the black.
Harry using a giant double that we created.
It's pretty easy because you got all these dark
Who has played Hagrid's double in all
dark areas
we created this wonderful prosthetic
to work
mask,
with,
long shots and wide shots if you're
and it really brings
and seeing exactly how we put
all your shades together.
actually see Harry sometimes walking through the streets of London with this double. If you look close enough, you can see the mask. And we only use it very sparingly. And when Hagrid walks through the door, for instance, we actually shot all of Robbie's things on the smaller set. This was an interesting moment of directing for me because I actually had to get a performance out of Daniel Radcliffe, who should have been emotionally moved at this point. Yet at the same time, he couldn't connect with the other actor in the room, Robbie Coltrane, and that was a little difficult because he was reacting to a guy basically in a Hagrid mask. So it was a complex sort of a puzzle piece to put together. But in the end, I thought it all worked.
And one thing too, when you're blocking stuff in,
Moment. This is what happens.
is you want to make sure that you're
It's a wonderful moment with Daniel.
covering up some of the spots that
He's a wizard for the first time.
you
It's just this
you might have missed when you blocked.
joy in his face. It's just
So you want to keep your block sort of tight to your reference lines if you're trying to keep some of your reference lines,
feeling in a real way.
so you don't have to like overcompensate on your outlining. So you can keep your outlining kind of tight too. All right. And again, this is the trending brush, or the hashtag brush. This is the larger of the two detail brushes that I have. It's a great brush, synthetic blend, nice and soft, really easy to use. Where's my, what am I doing here? Oh, that goes right into the nose. Okay. So the nose is here. All right. Hey, what's happening, my guy? I'm doing a skull today. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. Your work's awesome. Not like your leather work is not awesome, but I didn't know you were that good of a painter, so when I saw that you were doing stuff, I was like, okay. And you're cranking them out too. Let's see here, we'll go here, I guess. Whoop. We'll go here. Like that. There we go. And again, when you're doing wet on wet with one shot, or Ronin or whatever you're using, you got to make sure that your brush really is wet, your paint's reduced, and that paint can flow off your brush, because it will want to stick onto the paint underneath. So you got to keep her wet. Here. That. See how this outlining really does just kind of, it brings everything together. It just defines everything. It's just less sloppy. Let's see. Grew up painting with Dad. Used to do some crazy lowriders and mini trucks back in the day. Oh, dude, no way. That's awesome. Oh, that's cool. I'm thinking about doing a copper leaf right here on this graphic. And then doing a pinstripe design here, and then maybe pinstripe design behind him or something. I didn't know your dad did that. That's really cool. If you could pull any of the old pictures, out of the archives and post them up on Instagram, I'd like to see them. So then what got you into leather then? Or is that just part of the, part of the thing? Because I got into doing part of the, part of the thing. Because I got into doing lawful behavior. Repeated violations could result in your live being discontinued. What the heck did I say? Are you using broken pinky brushes? Oh no, these are my brushes. I had them made to my specifications from Mac Brush. So these brushes are up on my website. Yeah, what the heck? What did I say that's hate speech? I'm too small to hate. Honestly, no idea. I picked a kid. Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah, so I got into doing leather work because I was really slow at the paint shop the one day, and my buddy got a seat done from Christian over at Zion Leather. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I saw that and I was like, holy smokes, like that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. So I wanted to try it, so I did. And I did a couple seats for Gas Box, a couple for some friends of mine, and then paintwork started back up again, and then I haven't really done much since. But leatherwork's a lot of fun. It really is a good time. But yeah, you get into the shoes and the hats and everything, like you're a wild man. And the stitching, everything. Because I never got into the stitching on like a machine. So I had to do like lacing and all that stuff, which that was tough. So the machine is that's got to help out a lot. All right. Yeah, so keep the brush wet. There we go. Yeah, I got flagged for hate speech. That's weird. I wonder who flagged me and what maybe they're jealous because I got Harry Potter pajamas on. That had to be it. That's all I can think of. Thank you very much. Let me see here. All right, I'm gonna put that back up. Anybody else doing art this weekend? Will TikTok tell me what hateful thing I said that got me flagged for hate speech? That was my first ever offense, so I don't working today, art tomorrow. Oh good. This app gotten so yeah. I don't know what I don't know, I'm just sitting here talking. Did I do anything that would be offensive? Maybe somebody just doesn't like skulls. Maybe somebody was offended by a skull. No, I didn't make my own reference picture from a human. This is all just drawn from an iPad. I made it up. He's striping Cody's Impala. Yeah, he strong-armed me. He's bringing it in tomorrow. So, you'll see some videos on that. Yeah. He would not leave me alone. So I'm like, yeah, fine. Fine. I'll do it. Should be fun. He's definitely a fun time to he's a fun time to hang out with. Yeah. He's got a way with words. This is Ronin paint. Yeah, I used the ivory for the base, and then I mixed a little bit of red and black together to make my brown color. Then I added some white to that mixture to make like my lighter highlights. And then from there I did some white highlights, and now I'm onto the black. So it's coming out cool. Let's see here. I'm gonna go around here like this. I should use a maul stick for this, but that's alright. I can't wait to tell my wife that I got flagged for hate speech. I just started messing around with striping. Paint dries out fast. Is normal to have too thin a lot. Yes and no. Are you working on scrolling, or are you working on kind of like a dagger style, a 50 style? Because after the first couple lines on the dagger, I do find that you need to like start reducing it a little bit so it stays wet on the hairs. But with scrolling, you definitely need to have that reduced pretty much all the time. She's gonna be so proud of her. Yeah, yeah. She likes a bad boy. That's why she married me. That's funny. But yeah, so the scrolling, yeah, I definitely need to have it more reduced than any other kind of style. Hey Thomas, how are you, sir? How are you today? Fair warning, I gotta let you know that you're on live with Tom, the bad boy of TikTok. Paletting is always frustrating to figure out when you first start. Yeah, it is. It's one of those things. It's like you keep playing around with consistency and trying to figure out, what works best. So, I use an odorless mineral spirits, and my mineral spirits. It seems to have like just enough. I can't call it this word, or else I'll get hate speech again. A slower drying agent in it, that kind of helps with the flow. I think it's called Sunny Side, is the mineral spirits that I use. I just get it from the hardware store. It's cheap. I know that other companies have their own, different drying, slow drying agents and things like that. But I don't know, when I was working with, all the guys I work with Doug Dorr, Gary Jensen, and all that at the live events, it was always just the odorless mineral spirits, and they never had a problem, and so that's what I learned with, and I haven't changed yet. Seems to just be working fine. Plus, it's cheaper than some of the additives that they have. I'm sure they're great. I mean, I've used them in the past at live shows. When you're doing like a charity event. Yeah, I do charity events. TikTok. I don't hate. And yeah, I mean, it works fine. And you got to be careful when you're doing some of the detail stuff with black, because it's so strong that it will really make itself known wherever you're putting it on, on a lighter color. So be careful with your darker colors. That's why gradients are your friend. My name's Tom. And I have bad boy tattooed across my stomach. What you got? I was 18, young and dumb. How tough am I? I had a bowl of nails for breakfast without any milk. Alright, now let's see. What if I do some purple? It does look like I had a bowl of Fruity Pebbles. Yeah. I stubbed my toe while watering my spice garden, and I only cried for 5 minutes. Get a little bit more texture going on right here. Can you explain the difference between color intensifiers and concentrates in House of Colors? Okay, so let's see, color intensifiers and concentrates. Okay, so an intensifier is a dye that is completely transparent, and when you put it into a clear base coat like a DBC 500 or an SG 100 Intercoat Clear, it changes the color that you're putting it over. So, say you put down a silver, and then you mix Intercoat Clear SG 100 with a Candy Intensifier, a KK House of Colors, or a Vibrance VM or something like that. You can put that candy color over any type of base, and it'll turn the base color a new color and add depth. So if like say if I were to add like a blue candy over a silver, you get blue. But if I would put a blue candy over a gold flake or something like that, it'll turn a little bit more green. Well, actually, here, like this. I actually have these right here, conveniently located for your viewing pleasure. Okay, so this, let me make sure I got it here. All right, so this is a Paint Huffer. It's like, I think it's something money, something flake. Hold on. Wow, yow. Okay, so I did an Oriental blue candy here, and I did a cobalt blue candy here. And you can see how the Oriental blue, which is like a lighter blue anyways, it's like a green shade blue. It really took that Oriental blue and made it like a green shade blue over this green. But I did two different color reds. I did a Brandywine and an apple red over the green, and it stayed green. Now when I did the gold flake, we'll put these next to each other, the gold and silver flake, you could see how that Oriental blue really stayed more blue and didn't turn green like it did with this one. So, and then same thing with that red, how it really kept it those, those true shades of the candy that it was. So, and this is an awesome, I mean, you want to see something really pop. I think this is called Gold Rush from Paint Huffer. And, I mean, it just sparkles like crazy. So, now the other thing is the UK candies, which are the, what's it called? The UK candies are the, it's almost like a candy clear in one. But obviously you have to clear over that also. You can't just leave it. But it's a urethane candy, so you mix it like a clear coat, and it has a tint in it already. But the problem with that is it's not intense enough. So you have to put on like 6 coats, 7 coats to get some type of, like a good color through it. So you have to be careful with that. But the intensifiers, the candy concentrates, they were made originally to go into the urethane candies to further customize the color that you're looking for. So, say you want, to make your own purple or something like that. You take your cobalt blue candy and you add apple red candy intensifier to that blue UK candy clear, and you mix that in, and then you get whatever color purple that you're looking for. Like those intensifiers were made to take the UK colors and make your own from that, if that makes any sense. So, I mean, it's they work, it's fun, but I didn't like it because urethane clears are so heavy that once you start building, 3 coats, 4 coats, 5 coats of candy clear urethane, it just gets so thick. Like I feel like I'm gonna start running my, my 3 coats of urethane clear on top, my regular clear. So, it's I know what it's supposed to do and whatever, but I just don't trust it really that much. So I would rather put it in a clear base coat like an SG100 or DBC 500 and rock and roll from there. That's obviously my opinion, and that was probably way longer winded than it needed to be. But I like the fact that the SG100 Intercoat Clear style candies spray more like a base coat than if it was a clear, spraying like a clear coat. That makes sense? I mean, I just blacked out for a minute. Did that make sense? I just went on a big nerd rant. Oh, am I allowed to say nerd? Am I going to get flagged for that? Yeah, you did. Uh-huh. Alright, so I'm going to add a little bit of purple to this now. And I'm going to do like I'm going to gap this by probably about 1/8 of an inch. I don't want it to be too intense, but red flag, red flag, red flag. Let me check my phone. Okay. Whew. Boy, oh boy. I don't know if I'm allowed to say candy. I don't know if I'm allowed to say clear coat, urethane. I don't know if I could say paint without saying low VOC first, if I'm going to get flagged in California. I'm nervous. I don't know what to do with my hands. But it was good info. We loved it though. Oh, good. Shh. You've gone too far. And that's the interesting thing, you got Cody over here pointing hip heaters at people, and he's doing just fine. I'm over here painting highly offensive skulls. This live stream could that's funny. That's funny. It's known too. That's funny. Yeah, so I turned down for what the purple a little bit because it's such a warm tone panel that I didn't want to add like a super bright outline to this. So I brought the purple down just a little bit just to make it. I'll tell you, the one you gotta look on the website here because unless I just didn't mix it enough. Sometimes I have problems with my purples. Just don't want to really cover as much. I'm so happy you went with that purple and I painted heart. I just wanted to add monster green. Oh, I know. The monster green is just such a good color. But I'll show you why in a second here. I picked kind of this purple color. Okay. All right, so here we go. We got our browns. whatever's. Right across from brown here on my color wheel is purple. There you go. So I threw a purple in there, mauve, whatever, and it kind of tells me what the heck I'm doing. So my little cheat sheet here. So, you know, like this pink could go with this green. This pink could go with that yellow or whatever. You know, orange, red orange looks good with blue green. Then I just kind of go in from there. It's my little cheat sheet. I love this thing. Yeah, 100%. All right, now, what do I want to do? Color wheels are. They're perfect. They're everything I need. It makes me stop making bad decisions. Because how dare you assume colors? Yeah. Should I ask the color what the color wants to be? About a color wheel after seeing your video. Well, has it been helping you though? AJ Rittenberry? That's the question. Because if it has been helping, then cool. If it's not helping, then I'm sorry. Alright, I do want to add a little bit of like... But should I? Should I though? Nah. No. Nope. Yep. Just a little bit here. So that there. Alright. Yep, when in doubt, add more details. That's kind of what I'm doing. That's kind of what I'm doing. But it just kind of looked not finished, you know, in the eyeball area. So I might just play around with this a little bit more right here. Add a little bit down this way. Plus I have black on the palette. I don't want to waste my paint. I don't want to get flagged for wasting. Oh, alright. Over here, glob it in there. And then we'll do some pinstriping in here. Waste of paint. It is. It is. They're like, you can't do that on this platform. Yeah, that was so weird. I'm actually kind of shocked that I saw that today. I need to get... Oh. Yeah. I'll do a panel for a shop. You know what? I bet you it was Frank. I bet you Frank did it. I'm going to blame Frank. Because I told everybody to go sign up for my Patreon to win this panel, so Frank doesn't. So Frank probably flagged me. I got 3 words for you, Frank. You are a jerk. What did I see? What did I miss? Nothing. We're just talking about how you flagged me. Because I'm telling everybody to win this panel so you don't. Oh, Patreon. Right there. Patreon.com/Tom Hudach. It's up there. I do these once a month and give them away because they're fun. That's 4 words. Is that Ohio? That is Ohio math. That was from a cartoon, I think. What cartoon was that from? Probably SpongeBob.